He glanced at me, a subtle smile playing at the corner of his lips. That evening, you caught us both off guard. I offered him a gentle smile. In what way were you surprised? He chuckled. By taking an approach that many spouses might not typically think about. I smiled knowingly. In a committed relationship. Radiant. And perhaps this is only the beginning. We both chuckled gently, but then his voice became quieter. You know I was nervous before we took that step, right? I kept wondering, what if it transformed you? What if something important slipped away from us? I observed him intently. Do I seem different to you? He acted without delay. Absolutely for the best. That brought a genuine smile to my face. Because he was correct. I had transformed. Not in the way many might worry. I felt more empowered, more alluring, more in harmony with myself. And somehow we had grown even closer through it. I shared a kiss with him, gradual and confident, allowing him to experience it. You set me free. And the way he looked at me, as if he was trying to remember this new side of me, I could tell he was intrigued. He continued to observe me, as if I might vanish the moment he looked away. I smiled and nestled closer, resting my chin on his chest. He softly spoke, gently running his fingers through my hair. You've been shining all week. Should I be concerned that you're already looking forward to another experience like that? I chuckled and rolled my eyes. Oh, man. You think if a woman enjoys something once, it means she'll always want it. Well, when it comes to that, he said, raising an eyebrow, I think it's a reasonable assumption. I gently traced a circle on his skin with my fingertip. Do you truly believe I'm that self-centered? He took a moment to think. Excuse me, could you clarify what you mean? I gazed up at him, allowing a smile to gradually appear. I mean, I had my chance. He opened his eyes wide. No. I tilted my head slightly. Absolutely. He adjusted his position slightly. Are you being serious? I agreed with a nod. You remember that coworker you always try not to look at during my video calls? His eyes grew larger. Are you referring to the one wearing the red lipstick? I said, gently nibbling on my bottom lip. I had a conversation with her. He looked at me as if I had completely changed the rules of commitment. She's interested, I continued, open to new experiences, and she's inviting a friend along. He opened his mouth, then closed it again, utterly surprised. I leaned in and spoke softly near his ear. I had a surprise planned for you. But since the news is out, you might as well start looking forward to tomorrow night. When the next evening arrived, everything was prepared. The ambiance was cozy, with gentle music playing softly in the background and wine glasses partially filled. I was on the couch with him, legs crossed, voice calm, heart gently racing beneath it all. We maintained a cheerful and easygoing conversation. They were inquisitive, a bit anxious perhaps, but open to the experience. That was sufficient. Then I heard the sound of the front door opening. He entered the room, and the atmosphere changed. His footsteps became more deliberate. I observed him absorbing the warm light, the two women beside me, and how our heads turned toward him in unison. He stood still. I rose gradually and offered a smile. Hello there. He looked back and forth between us, his eyes narrowing. Is this really it? One of them stood up first, tall and confident, with striking red lipstick, as sharp as ever. She reached out her hand, maintaining eye contact. I'm Samantha, she said, her voice calm and soothing. You might recognize me from her conversation. I've seen you as well, the other walked closely behind, sharing a gentle smile. Maya, I'm just here to enjoy the journey. He nodded, still attempting to understand it all. I walked over and gently brushed my fingers along his arm as I leaned in closer. Stay relaxed. Don't worry. Just go with the flow. Then I reached back and held Samantha's hand gently. Join us. I walked down the hallway, my bare feet on the hardwood, with 3 shadows following me. Just before I opened the bedroom door, I turned around, pulled him closer by the front of his shirt, and gave him a kiss. Gradually, confidently, and clearly visible to the women positioned behind him. Then, I spoke softly, ensuring everyone could hear me. Enjoy yourself, dear. You deserve this. As soon as the door clicked shut behind us, she made her move. Samantha stepped forward, took his wrist gently, and led him to the edge of the bed, as if she was meant to shine in the evening. There was no hesitation, just a smooth, silent rhythm between the 3 of them, unfolding like something destined to happen. I moved toward the armchair by the wall and took a seat, crossing one leg over the other as I got comfortable. My excitement was building, but I didn't want to miss a moment. He glanced at me for a brief moment, as if seeking approval. I offered it with a smile. Samantha leaned in and kissed him first, her confidence evident as her hands deftly unbuttoned his shirt. Maya hovered close behind, her fingertips brushing gently along his back, assisting him in removing the sleeves. They removed his clothing gently, as if revealing a treasure they both desired. When his shirt finally fell to the ground, Maya pressed a gentle kiss just below his collarbone. Samantha traced a gentle path down his chest, leaving soft kisses as her hands reached for his belt. He was tense but not opposing, more like attempting to take it all in. The women assisted themselves next, removing their tops in 2 distinct styles. Samantha bold and confident, Maya more gentle, a moment later but equally prepared. The 3 of us shared a moment of closeness, built on trust and unspoken curiosity. From my vantage point, the scenery was stunning. They moved in a harmonious rhythm, Samantha's lips gently brushing across his chest, while Maya focused on a lower area, her touch exploring with careful attention. There was no talking, just the sound of shared breaths and the tension building with every subtle movement. His hands held onto the sheets behind him, his jaw relaxed, and his eyes kept glancing at me, as if he couldn't believe I was really there observing everything. However, I was. I observed everything, the way his breath caught, the way his body moved, the way his fingers shook, the way they kept him in that moment between letting go and joy. Time seemed to fly by. Then Samantha rose slowly, placed one hand on his chest, and gently guided him down flat onto the mattress. She climbed over him with calm, steady control, her gaze never leaving his, as she guided the moment with calm confidence and focus, as if she had been anticipating this moment all night and wanted to enjoy every second of it. And just as her movements found a rhythm with his, I noticed the expression on his face, a mix of surprise, joy, and admiration. All intertwined, Samantha acted without delay. She moved closer, finding a quiet comfort as they connected in a new way, one hand resting on his chest while the other tangled in his hair. He exhaled deeply, a blend of vulnerability and emotional release, as he reacted with surprise, visibly moved by the closeness of the moment, as if he hadn't anticipated how much this would affect him. She smiled, obviously happy. Her pace was measured at first, each movement causing him to hold his breath slightly. His hands held onto the edge of the bed, as if it were the only thing keeping him grounded in that moment. Maya leaned in from the side, her lips gently touching his chest, her voice soft and personal, as she whispered something that made him feel a strong response. I shifted in my seat, silently observing the emotional connection unfolding before me. I found myself reacting, caught in the shared energy of the room, quietly taking it all in before I realized it, and even then I didn't pull away. I just allowed the tension to grow within me, reflecting his feelings, resonating, and connecting. Samantha moved with calm determination, drawing him into the shared moment as she moved with increasing strength and precision. She seemed fully present, open to the connection unfolding around her. Maya positioned herself beside him once more, planting gentle kisses along his ribs and stomach. Every gesture seemed to deepen the emotional experience for him. A flutter, a breath taken too quickly to be managed. He glanced in my direction. With each stuttered breath and every subtle movement of Samantha's body, he seemed to find me with his gaze as if I were the only thing anchoring him, and I held his gaze without faltering. I wanted him to perceive himself as I did, confused, burdened, captivated. I felt the emotional weight build as I witnessed it all, creating sensations that mirrored what I thought he might experience. I felt a connection with them now. Every pulse in the room resonated within me, creating a low hum in my stomach, sharp against my ribs. Samantha leaned back, adjusting her position now, her hands resting gently against his chest for support. She maintained her composure, never hurried, never wavered, just smooth, flowing movements that took him to new heights I had never witnessed before. Maya remained close, offering a gentle, grounding presence, or shifted. Her touch was gentle yet persistent, reminding him he was not alone. And then it happened. He let out a breath that seemed to release something deeply held. His expression softened in a way I hadn't seen before, and a sound escaped him that was raw and strained, as if it had come straight from deep within. Samantha remained by his side, gently adjusting the pace to help him find calmness. Maya placed a gentle kiss on his shoulder as he breathed deeply beneath them. I breathed out gently, my hands drifting apart, my heart pounding. Then I stood and walked across the room, slowly making my way until I was next to him. He looked up at me, eyes distant, lips slightly parted. He looked completely at peace, as if he had just returned from an emotional journey. I sat beside him, offering a soft touch of reassurance and presence, and whispered just above his lips. There was still more to share, more to express, and I was ready to continue the journey with him. Be honest, have you ever had a moment that surprised you in all the right way? If you were, what activities would you be engaged in? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'll be looking forward to reading them. And before you go, remember to like, subscribe, and enable notifications so you won't miss the next update. Thank you for tuning in.